Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maximer and I'm here checking out Resogun, the Vita port of the 2D shooter by Housemarque. This cost me £10, so I paid like £25 to get Switch Galaxy Ultra and Resogun a week early. That's a bit silly of me, but anyway, we're here checking out Resogun. First thing I need to point out about this port is that I think it's based off version 1.0 of Resogun, the version that came out at the launch of the PlayStation 4, because you can't buy Resogun Heroes, you can't buy Resogun the Season Pass, you can't edit your ships, there's no statistics screen in the options menu, there's no HUD settings in the options menu, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. It feels significantly far behind the PlayStation 4 version, which seems like a bit of an oddity to me. Like how long have Climax been working on this port of Resogun if they've only just now released version 1.0 of Resogun on Vita and PS3? It just seems weird to me. I don't know why, but anyway. We'll go into the options just real quick. We have settings. We've got your English, your language. Yes, your English. And the English is the language. Reverse words. I'm terrible at jokes. You've also got tutorial tips, which haven't actually come up. I don't think they have anyway. I played through Rookie, and I played through part of Rookie, and that's weird. And you've also got the camera mode, standard and retro. Retro provides a more zoomed out feel, so I go for that. You also got audio settings, and you've got your controls, which conveniently enough you can actually configure, which is quite nice. So you can change where your buttons are actually set. So yeah, I just changed that, but I'll reset the default. I'll reset the default because that's quite nice, being able to swap what the sticks do and map buttons anywhere. I enjoy that. You've also got cross-saving. I haven't actually tried that because this is my UK account, not my US account where I have my PS4 copy of Resogun, so yeah, anyway. You also got the high scoreboards, which have high scores for everything, every level, every difficulty combination you can imagine. So you've only got the arcade and the single level. Unfortunately, you don't have the survival or the demolition modes that came in the PS4 version. You've also got your 3 difficulties here. I'm going to play on Rookie because it's easier for me to play on Rookie, but Experienced and Veteran are just more difficult. That's it. They spawn more enemies and they shoot more. It doesn't seem that hard to me. You've got 3 different ships to choose from, and they all have their own unique abilities. So, Nemesis can move and boost really far and fast. Phobos has a really strong overdrive attack, but we're going to go with the fairly balanced one. And you can choose what level you start from. I made it all the way up to level 4 before I died. I've played this game for about 45 minutes. I mean, I don't need to play it anymore to determine how the port is and what the game actually is, so I feel comfortable showing you the game in this video here. So we'll just start on the first level. Loading times aren't bad. So here we are in Resogun. It's Defender in a circle. Admittedly, it's got a bit more to it than that, alright? So the idea is that you are trying to save the last humans. So every now and again, these green enemies pop up. And these green enemies, there are normal enemies and then there are enemies that come with a green hue. And the green hue determines whether or not they're keepers. And these keepers, when they all die, they release a human. And these humans, when taken to these escape pods up in the sky there, that you can see that white beam of light there, take them up to that, and you usually get some sort of score bonus, and you usually get a power-up. But sometimes you don't. These power-ups often involve shield, or something like that. Extra life. Take your pick. Okay, so there are more keepers. And I just died like an idiot, because I'm an idiot. Where are the keepers? Usually you have to look around in the back of the ring to actually see where the keepers are, which is a bit annoying, because once you've freed a human, you actually see an arrow on your head, around your ship, which is really useful for figuring out where the human is, which just makes me wonder, where the bloody hell is this when the keepers show up? Because when the keepers spawn, sometimes you get a sound clip that says, keepers detected, but you don't actually get any indication as to where the keepers are. And as you may have noticed there, I didn't actually get the clip at all. So I didn't have a bloody clue that there were any keepers on the actual level, and if you let the keepers escape or hang around for too long, the human they're guarding actually dies. So you need to be really quick. So I didn't get it again, but I could see in the heads-up display in the top left there, with that little glowing blue outline, that there are actually keepers around here somewhere, and I've missed them. And I can't actually shoot or bomb them once they get above that area, so that is annoying as sin. Sometimes you don't know because you have to keep your eye on that little HUD up in the top left, which is really, really hard to do, because once you do, you might run into something that's actually in the playfield. And even if you do get like the sound clip, you have to rush around the level looking for the keepers, because sometimes you can't see them in the background, because you just can't see them for whatever reason. They might be blocked by a part of the level terrain, they might be blocked by another enemy, who knows? See, look, I didn't even get it again, but they actually spawned right on top of me, which is really convenient. This could all be easily solved by having the clip play every single time, and by letting you do something along the lines of... see an arrow whenever a set of keepers appear that show you where they actually are in the level. I just boosted away from them because I'm a goddamn idiot. You also have a score multiplier, which raises the more enemies you defeat, and if you go too long without defeating an enemy or picking up a human or something like that, you lose the multiplier, which is a fairly simple concept, really. And I just managed to lose a human without actually realizing there was a human that was going to be let out in the first place, which is the most annoying thing. It is such a tiny problem that could be solved so simply. I don't understand why that clip doesn't play every time, or there isn't some sort of visual indicator other than the green hue that appears around the enemy that you can barely see unless you're like in the same 90-degree part of the circle. I think it's a bug. I honestly think it's a bug that the keepers don't show up, that you don't get a little keeper sound effect every time. It's so annoying, and I can't imagine why they would overlook such a small thing. But other than that, you've got smart bombs, and when you've upgraded your overdrive, it's basically a super laser. It does a ton of damage to anything that's in front of you. And that's basically it, really. The enemies do change, and there are big boss monsters at the end of every level. But other than that, it is the same thing-ish. I mean, it would be a lot nicer if they included the demolition and the survival modes and the, well, pretty much anything, really, other than the arcade and the single level modes. I don't understand why they didn't include them. It just seems like such an odd thing to not have. I mean, the PS4 version has it. Why not port it to the Vita version and the PS3 version? You can also throw humans, which is the funniest thing in the world to do sometimes, because you can just let them soar through the air and actually get themselves in the little thing, in the little capture areas. And as you can see down the bottom there, the level's split up into 3 phases. The phases don't really mean anything, at least as far as I can tell. It's just a general progression meter, and you get like a few seconds break when the phase is completed. But other than that, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. And when you've completed the 3 phases, saved all the humans, or saved some of the humans and let them die because you didn't know they were going to die in the first place, that is really fucking annoying. I hope that's a bug, because if that's an intentional design feature, I haven't actually played Resogun. I do have it on the PS4, but I haven't actually played it before this. If that's an intentional design feature to have the keepers only be alerted to the keepers some of the time, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and someone at House Market really should go back to game design school. All or nothing, mate. All or nothing. But yeah, at the end of all the phases, there's... You know what? Screw it. Bomb. We're not going to be playing the entire game here. We'll just play like 1 or 2 stages just to show off the performance of the game. And speaking of performance, the game itself actually does run really well. I mean, I've played through 3.5 stages, so I've played up to the 4th stage, and I haven't seen the performance drop once. And considering all the effects and everything that are on screen, that's actually pretty impressive. It's a really good port by developer Climax Studios, other than that little thing that might be a bug. And by little thing, I mean one of the most frustrating things about a Blade Defender game is not actually getting any warning that your guys are being abducted, other than that little thing in the top right there. It's a really good game, though, otherwise. And again, the port is really, really good. I haven't seen it drop frames once, which is really impressive. A little downside to that, though, is that the game does run at 30 frames a second instead of the 60 that the PlayStation 4 version runs at. And that is a little bit disappointing, I will admit. It's really a shame that they couldn't get it to run at 60 because it feels absolutely great at 60. I mean, like, I admit, I've played like 5 minutes of it on PlayStation 4 just to see what it was like. I'm usually not that big of a fan of shooters like this, but I mean, this is a really well-crafted shooter, and this port just really exacerbates the fact that it's a really well-crafted shooter, except for that goddamn bug. I swear, that needs to be fixed. And they really do need to add the stuff from... Oh, okay, here comes the boss. They actually freeze your multiplier here, which is really nice. Because the boss comes in and takes some time coming in. But yeah, the day they fix that bug, so that so that we can actually see if anyone is close to having their keeper available. This game is actually fully worth, like, the purchase price. And considering that everybody who owns PlayStation 4, or anyone who had half a brain, actually got this for free as part of the first offering for PlayStation Plus for PlayStation 4 users. And this is actually cost buy, so if you own that version, if you own that PS4 version, you get the PS3 and Vita versions free. Absolutely no reason not to download it, because it's a really good shooter. I do see that it is a great shooter, and I am enjoying my time with it. It's just that one little problem with the humans not actually telling you that they need to be saved. Get a little bit of a score bonus, and then you move on to the next level. We'll play this level and then call it quits. I don't want to spoil all 5 levels for you, so we'll just play this. And it can feel really satisfying just boosting around, killing everything the last second, getting your multiplier up to maximum, throwing humans over an entire bloody level just to get them safe and inside a little bit of a goalpost. It's great. It really is a high quality shooter, and both the port and the game itself are really well done. I just really wish they had the PS4 Season Pass available right away, because I can imagine people getting tired of it really fast, based purely on the fact that there's only one mode, even though the PS4 version already has several. And the PS4 does also have the ship editor and all that, and I've looked at the ship editor, and people create some really clever stuff, although it's usually just a recreation of whatever Star Wars vehicle is popular at the time. So hopefully they do patch this stuff in for free, or for, you know, the PS4 owners who already bought the Season Pass. And god damn it, I've lost 2 guys and I didn't even notice because I couldn't even hear that sound clip. That is the most annoying thing. Please fix that, developers. Please.
Keepers detected. Overdrive charged.
You know, screw it. Overdrive. Grab the human. Save his ass.
Overdrive upgraded. Phase complete.
Music's pretty nice too.
Keepers detected. Weapon power up. Multiplier lost. Hold.
That is some pretty sweet shit.
Overdrive charged.
So really, I don't have that much else to say about it. I mean, it does have online co-op too, so god damn it. It does have online co-op too on any level you can imagine, so if you have a friend you might want to play with, you can definitely go and play online with them. God damn keepers. Where the hell are they? Can't see them in the background. Damn it, didn't have any bombs. They really need a visual aid for that. They really, really do. I didn't actually check to see if there was a visual aid added in the newest version of Resogun on PS4, but yeah. Fix that bug, and this game is pretty damn rocking.
Keepers detected.
I really do enjoy my time with it, and the sooner they get rid of that tiny little problem, the better. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to throw this guy into the... There you go. And I got an extra bomb for that too. That's quite nice. Have you ever heard of a game called Revolver 360? Or Revolver 360 Reactor? It's a Japanese indie game that's coming to PlayStation 4. I really wish they would consider making a Vita version for it, because I would love to play Revolver 360 Reactor on the go, and this reminds me of Revolver 360 so much. I hate those little red chains, because you have to actually defeat those in the right order, or it kills the human, which is the most distressing thing imaginable, because if you come at it from the wrong side, you're pretty much screwed. We're almost at the boss. Almost. These backgrounds are actually really nice, too. It's a shame that I can't actually slow down and look at them, because if I do, I'll probably get wiped out by a bunch of bloody enemies. Really is just satisfying to max out your multiplier throughout an overdrive and earn a ton of points.
Multiplier up.
Also, it's the same announcer lady from Super Stardust, and that's... that amuses me. I don't know why it amuses me so much. They use exactly the same announcer lady with exactly the same tone of voice.
Human in danger.
Human in danger? What? Oh, God. Alright, overdrive.
Human lost.
I think it's actually the same set of enemies every time. So it spawns in the same wave, so the same enemies are always going to be the... It's always going to be the same enemies that are the green ones that you have to defeat, so learning the levels might actually do you a favor here, but... Me, I'm lazy. I don't like doing that because I'm lazy. And lazy gamers are the best gamers, so... So we're at the second boss fight now. It's not actually that different from the first, but the boss, it is a significantly harder game on the harder levels. I make this look easy. I'm playing on Rookie, and the only reason I'm playing on Rookie is because I'm trying to commentate. I want to move up to experience, but I'm trying to commentate, so... You know, you try and play games while commentating, and it gets stupidly difficult, because... Guess what? Trying to sum up your thoughts about a game while actually playing said game is kind of difficult. Nevertheless, we will just wipe this guy off the face of the earth, and we will call it a day, shall we? The boss designs are pretty clever too. I quite like them. They're very simple, but they're very challenging. They all have their own little tricks to them. But you know what? Considering we're going to end the video here, bomb. Which didn't actually do anything. God damn it. Oh, well, I like the bomb effect anyway, so that was worth it. We're done. So that was a look at the Vita port of Resogun. It is a very good port of the game on PlayStation 4, except for that one thing that I keep telling you about every single time, because that is seriously a game breaker for some people. I can't imagine it not being a game breaker for some people. But otherwise, it's a really well done shooter and a really well done port, and I hope they get all the content from the PlayStation 4 version soon. A bit strange that they didn't include it right off the bat, but who knows? Maybe Climax are working on like 10 other Vita games. Yeah, that sounded a lot better in my head. So, that is pretty much it, actually. So, we will end this video here. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.